Hey, what's going on, working class hustlers? We're going live in about 5 minutes, but you know what? I figured we got one person out there, Angela Rivas from Key West. Wow. You know what? It's just me and you. So what I'm doing at the moment, I'm actually using the software Tactical Arbitrage to see if I can find you a product that you might be able to sell. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see if I can share my screen. Let's see if I can figure that out. One of these days I'm going to learn how to use this. Let's see. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to come over and hopefully you're seeing my my screen here. Well, here, tell you what, I'm not sure if that's working right. So what I'll do is get rid of that. All right, I'm gonna move some stuff around here if they'll let me. There we go. Now let me try it this way. Yeah, so all I'm doing, guys, is just using Tactical Arbitrage. Hopefully you can see that. What we're doing is all I'm going to do is click on this little icon here up in the extensions. That's Tactical Forecaster. Watch the ACE column. You can move these columns around, guys. And I'm looking for the ones that might be in green. That's going to show something that we're able to sell. And right away I can see the estimated monthly sales, my price, what the Amazon buy box is supposed to be. Now you don't always, you got to do your due diligence. It's going to put things in front of you, but then from there you're going to have to do your research. Okay, so you see how I check restrictions. It says good news. Mind you, I saw this in green. Now this, yeah, most of us, we're not going to spend 500 plus on a product. I mean, that's just not what we're laying out. Actually, this is on sale. I wouldn't use this, but what I would do is if I was interested in it, I kind of look. First, I try and match the image. Okay, looks like that might be the image that they're showing on Amazon. Yeah, it is. And then what I would do is I would look. I see a lot of velocity, but then I got to look and see who's selling it, because the brand is that Unagi. If they're out here, they're probably going to shoo you off. Possibly. I wouldn't take a chance. But I don't see them out here. The next thing I would do is filter for prime and new, because I'm probably going to send that in FBA. Let's see. Actually, this probably wouldn't be a bad deal, but I'm not really trying to lay out that kind of money. A 30% gross return on investment wouldn't be a bad thing. Let's see if we can find another one though. Okay. Let's see. All right, so I see this in green. Now I want to see what the restrictions are. Not bad. Then we got to see if it's in stock. It may not. Oh, that's a digital download. See, those are the types of things you got to look for, guys. You know, tactical arbitrage works. But focus on the word work because it is work. Okay? I'll let the next page load, then watch what I do. Again, I come to Tactical Forecaster. I click on that. And here, didn't do anything. Oh yeah, it's working. And I'm just scanning for anything that might come up green, like say this came up green. Then from there, I'm going to click the restrictions, make sure, see, sometimes it's not in the right category. Here's something. Looks good. If you're interested in that feature, Tactical Forecaster works with Tactical Arbitrage. You can go to tacticalforecaster.com and get it over there. But just at a glance, I'm looking at the sales rank, estimated monthly sales price, where it's buy box and that, what the gross profit and return on investment. Again, guys, I move these columns around. If you want to learn how to use Tactical Arbitrage, we've got plenty of videos on that. Just look in the channel info. From here, we got to make sure that it's in stock and it's at the price that Tactical Arbitrage is saying. So right away we can see this is not in stock. That's going to happen. You gotta do the work, guys. Let's see. See, and right away I can see this is Xbox, this is PlayStation 2. That's why I have the images right next to one another. Okay. What about this? Looks good there, but is it in stock and is it at the right price? Okay. Now, mind you, this says $19.99, but when you go to the site, you see it for like $10 more. So what you're going to have to do is see, is it on sale or something? So you need to click, I could save 8% from Retail Me Not. I could save, I like Card Cash. So altogether I could save about 16%. Let's see what that does to our pricing. Say if it's $29.99. And what did I say? I said 8% from Retail Me Not and another, I'm going to just round down to 6. So say 14%. So if I'm going to spend $25.79 and it's supposed to be selling for $37, that's not enough margin for us. But we'll take a look just to get you accustomed to the way things look out there. I'm going to say Prime. I'm going to say New. Yeah, that's not going to work. There's just not enough margin in that. But that still just gives you an example of how you go through the process. By the way, video games are a great category. If you want to get into that, let's see here. This probably isn't available. And I just know that because this is a product that we sourced before. I do have an ungated leads list you guys could jump on if you want to let me do the work for you. That's not a problem. Let's see, Xbox versus PS1. See, a lot of times the software is going to bring back images and it's gonna put data in front of you, but you still got to do the work. You still have to evaluate, okay? But you sit down, you figure for a half an hour or so, see what you can come up with. Okay? Same thing here. This is going to be, there's not enough margin in this. I can see that now. Even if we took out, say, 24, took out that 14% we talked about. Okay, from 21 to say 36, that's not enough margin. So you gotta sift through your results and see what you can see. Let's see. If you have any questions, let me know. Angela. Actually, if you're out there, let me know that this stream is coming through okay. I don't even know if it is, but you got me all to yourself, which is pretty much the way I like it. I mean, most people, they're not gonna spend their time trying to figure out how to make money. It's much easier to complain about it. And you know what? You'll find more people on board with you. Misery loves company, right? But yeah, we're going to keep going here and see what we can find. What happens is it takes a little while. You got to put the work in, and you're only going to come up with maybe 1 or 2 items per store. But there's so much out here. There's just so many stores that you can source. We're coming to the last page, and I'm not sure if we're going to find anything here. So then what we'll do is we'll pick another website to look at. Yeah, that's it for these results. But again, we're looking at tactical arbitrage, and when you come to the sources, you'll notice I only had 1 source available. I'm going to deselect that. I'm going to come over to, I like that Big 5 Sporting Goods. That's a place I source a lot. Home Depot is one that I source a lot. Kohl's, I source a lot. Shields, let's apply those. Let's see what happens. Again, I'm going to hit my tactical forecaster. Let that run. Let's see. That doesn't match. See, right away, you're learning how I scan. Right away, I'm looking at the images. If those don't look good, I don't even need to bother with it. I'm scanning the ASIN column. If anything is dark green, then I know we may be able to sell it. See, that's dark green, but the images don't match. So you just move on, and this is a great way to get through your search results. That's what it's all about. I figured that would be restricted. Eddie Bauer, that's a tough one. We don't want anything with a price that high. Now, what we could do, we could filter that down. We could say we don't want to pay more than, say, $40. Now, when we add that, watch this. You've got 8 pages worth of results. That's going to change. See, now you're down to 6. Okay? Because we don't want to, we just don't want to spend that much money. You can adjust that to what you're comfortable with. Okay? For those of you, some of you are going to see this a little later. This is what to sell on Amazon. I'm Horace, also known as La Machine. We're live on Facebook as well now. I don't expect many people coming from over there, but if you want to catch us there, you can. Tell you what. Another thing, I'm going to take a moment because a couple of things I want to cover. If you do need to get connected with me, you're more than welcome to. There's a number on your screen that you can dial. If you had any quick questions or something you wanted to bounce off of me, that's you're more than welcome to use that. We have the lightning courses that'll teach you how to use this software that I'm demonstrating, Tactical Arbitrage, really quick. I did mention Tactical Forecaster. If you go to tacticalforecaster.com, you can get that. Look down in the description. All of your ungating courses are on sale, and there are links to that. We're going to show some things, and you might not be able to sell because you're gated. If you're ready, you can do that. I do have a complete course. Normally it's not ridiculously priced. It's about $200, but if you want to take advantage, it is on sale. $99.97 complete course. For those who want to invest, okay? That's fine if you want to do that. We do have a podcast now, so you can catch us on iTunes, Spotify. This is long content, so that's something if you don't want to be sitting in front of a screen. You can just listen and learn as you're going about your day. You could be driving, you could be working out, whatever you might be doing. Visit workingclasshustlers.com. workingclasshustler.com, and you can see everything that we have available with that. Now remember, you only need two things to make this business work. You need products that sell, and you need to be able to scale your business. You're going to scale with replenishables. That's products that you can wash, rinse, and repeat. Sell, replenish, sell, replenish over and over again. So remember, you need to source the product. You need to evaluate. That is your most important skill, guys. You need to make the purchases, process the inventory, and as you're doing the business, the replens will surface. You need to identify them, and then you need to make sure that you never run out of your replenishables. Never, ever, ever. For as long as that product is a good replen, it better be in stock all the time, because you cannot afford to miss the opportunity. So there you have it. Let's see now. Give me a minute. And let's see if I can. There we go. All right, let's go back to work here. Let's get back to work. There's our ASIN column. It's not highlighted. We're going to click on Tactical Forecaster. And now it is. I don't really sell jewelry, so I wouldn't even look at that. I don't sell rugs. Now you can filter a lot of this stuff out if you don't even want to be bothered seeing it. Let's see here. This would be good if this was available, because we're in the season for this type of stuff. Water balloon wrist launcher. Let's see. Supposed to be on Amazon for $39.03, and I really don't see the margin. It's saying gross profits of $5.34 and a 23% return on investment. Okay, now watch this. Right away, I see a suppressed buy box. That means the price is probably going to be on the higher side. Amazon doesn't like awarding buy boxes if they think, whoa, if they think the price is going to be high. This guy has this wrist launcher listed for $65.28. There is no way I think that's going to pull that much. Now watch what happens. We come down to the keeper chart, and in this tan area, that is when Amazon had this product. They had it up until, say, April 17th. And when they had it, they were selling it for $18.80. You see that. Now you come over, you notice these squares. Those represent sellers that were merchant fulfilled. If you saw any triangles, those would be FBA or fulfilled by Amazon. You know what? This really isn't looking that bad so far. But here's what I would do at this point. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna get into my other account here. I do my evaluations using the software Inventory Lab. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little bit further research in Inventory Lab. Now watch how we do this. This is Inventory Lab. I'm gonna take the ASIN. Okay, now you can get that up in the URL. You can come down into the description and you can get the ASIN there. Either way, I'm gonna come over inside of Inventory Lab, and remember guys, we got, oh hey, Vintage Gramophone, thanks for joining us, and you're in London. Thanks, you like my content, I love you too. Hey, there's only two of us, so you got me to yourself. We're gonna finish real quick. We're gonna finish doing some evaluation, and then I'll take any questions. We'll have maybe 10 minutes or less, depending on whether or not you guys have questions. But watch this. I'm coming into Inventory Lab. I'm going to go into research. I'm going to click on Scout. Now watch what happens. I'm going to put that ASIN in. I'm going to let it come up. Now mind you, this is part of my process. We've got to sweeten the deal here. We don't want to pay $22.99 if we don't have to. So here we go. Watch this. In my up in the extensions, there's an extension called Rev ROI. I'm going to click on that in order to see if there's any cash back. I can get 3.5% from Hoopla Dupla. Now, one of my favorites is I don't know if mine is out here. I use Rakuten, and you'll notice like I use Be Frugal. Let's see if Be Frugal has 6%. I like them. You're gonna figure out which cashback sites you like based on how they do things. So I could get 6% right there. And my favorite discounted gift cards are from Card Cash. Why? Because you get that immediately when you get the digital cards. You don't want a physical. Watch. If you click on that, this is what happens. This is where you would actually go and buy those discounted gift cards. And look it. It's already pulled up Kohl's discounted gift cards. And there's your 5.8%. We'll just round that up to say, no, we'll round down to 6%. So let's say $22.99 minus, what did we say? So we're going to say minus 11%. Okay. That's taking off $2.53. So we're spending $20.46. We're going to stick that in. $22.46. Now watch what happens. Right away, I'm seeing a gross profit. before, what it's going to cost you in taxes to ship the product into the warehouse, I'm seeing profit of $26.70. That's 119, basically, if you round up, percent return on investment. I do not believe this product would fetch that price, but you're looking at that return on investment, and I'm saying to myself, I'm happy with 20%. I have the room to move around. When you get into a listing, you need to make sure you've got the room to adjust. Now watch what happens here. I'm back at the keeper chart that I have loaded on the page. I'm going to hover over statistics, and I'm seeing that over the last 90 days, it's averaged $29.75. Now that's going to include, when you do that average, you're including months where Amazon was in stock. So that brought your average down. Okay. But even if you're looking at, say, this jumped up to 65.28, and that jumped up on May 23rd. Before that, it was 41.46. Put 41.46 in there and see what happens. Listed at, and you still make a 32% return on investment, guys. That's how you do it. Couple more. I'm going to just kind of go over a couple of things that I covered before. If anybody, hey, Olisa Variety, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Guys, there's only 3 of us out here. You got me all to yourself. There's a couple of things I want to make sure that you're aware of. Guys, it's absolutely free. You can contact me if you have any questions, anything like that. Try that tactical forecaster. Watch this video again so that you can learn my process. Okay. And if you want that, you can go to tacticalforecaster.com. We've got ungating courses because there's a lot of money in ungated products. I don't push getting ungated, but for those of you who know you're ready, there are links down in the description. That is good until tomorrow. Okay. That's your reward for being here. Also, if you want to invest in my full course, it's called the Arbitrage Encyclopedia, and you can get that. Remember, guys, you need to source the products. You need to evaluate. You need to make the purchase, process, identify your replens, wash, rinse, and repeat. But guys, I cannot say this enough. You have got to make sure those replens are going to surface. They're going to surface. You have got to make sure that you never, ever run out of stock. It sounds simple. It's not. Okay. And just a couple of notes we covered before. We are live on Facebook. For those of you who might be out there, I don't expect any because I don't do a lot of that. We do have the Working Class Hustler podcast. So if you want to enjoy nice long content while you're doing other things, driving, working out, whatever, also go to workingclasshustler.com and make sure you check out everything we got going out there. And we have a blog. So just kind of doing what I do in the last year that I'm probably going to be doing this as much. But we'll see what happens. If you guys push me, prod me, cajole me, you might keep me out here doing this because I love it. Hey, Gina, thanks for showing up. If you want to catch me, I do have WhatsApp. I don't use it much. But if that's what you want to do, my name, you'll be able to find me. My name is Horace Lyons. If you want to be able to look me up on WhatsApp, you can find me. Just make sure you let me know who you are, where you're from, because that's my personal number. I wouldn't know what was going on, and yeah, we can do that. That's no problem. So now we're going to take about 5 minutes. We're going to deal with some questions, and then I'm going to get on out of here because I got to run my business. So somebody, Alicia, says, how do you deal with complaints particularly IP complaints. That's going to happen, guys. That is going to happen. An IP complaint, for anyone who might be watching that doesn't know what that is, that the IP stands for intellectual property, and a brand can report you, and Amazon will suspend your listing, or they may send you a cease and desist. Then you get to think, is this legitimate or not? Because they do have scammers out there trying to scare everybody off the listing. Then they don't even own the property. So what I usually do, depending on what the product is, I just blow it out. I just lower the price. I don't even respond to them. I just blow it out. Now, I don't go very deep in products that I'm not wholesaling. I do some wholesaling as well. But I focus mostly on food, particularly snack food, potato chips, cakes, donuts, cookies, that type of stuff. Ought to be ashamed of myself. But anyway, yeah, if you had to get advice from me, I would say just get out of it. And going in, don't go too deep. And also remember, you will eventually get an IP complaint against you. We got about 3 more minutes, guys. You're gonna notice I'm staying hard with my times because it's very, very important. So if you don't have any questions, we're gonna be out here for maybe a couple more minutes and then we're gone. And in the meantime, if there are no more questions, what I'm going to do, I'm gonna see what else I might be able to find. So I'm back inside of my tactical arbitrage. That's what I use. I'm going to come up. I'm going to click on my tactical forecaster, and I'm going to watch this ASIN column, and I'm going to look for anything that turns green. Then I know right away I can sell it. If I know I can sell it, then I look at the images. Those images don't match, I'll move on. If the images match, then I click on the restrictions. See if I'm good there. I'm good there. The next step, is it at the site? It's supposed to be at Kohl's. It's supposed to be at $23.99, and it's supposed to be selling on Amazon for $44.81. If there's another question, I'm going to get to it in just a minute, but let me just take you through this. Oh, wow, this is on sale. And I know, because we looked at another product from Kohl's, I know that I can save another, say, 11% through cashback and discounted gift cards. I'm going to spend like $21.35. The next thing I need to make sure is it on Amazon and is it in the buy box for like $44.81? So I click on that image. I come in. I see a suppressed buy box. Right away, I know it probably is at a higher price. Okay? Then I filter because I'm going to go FBA. So I go Prime, I go New. Now I see this guy's $33.49. He only has one. $33.60. He only has one. $33.99. He only has one. I already know it's probably going to stay around that price. Now, from here, what I could do is come down to the keeper chart. Whoa, look at that velocity. You see all of that movement on that green line? Then I hover over, and in the new column, that blue column, I'm looking at the average over 90 days. I see 36.18. So if I'm looking at there's no buy box, it's suppressed. But if I'm looking at people at 33.90 and I see the average is even higher than that, this is definitely worthwhile. I'll come over to Inventory Lab. I use that. I'll put it in Scout and watch what happens. Okay. Inventory Lab is pulling prices, but it's not always current. So right now, 33.30 is what it's doing. And it put it in there. Now that gives me a profit of 24.30. Now here's where you got to do your evaluation. If we put 21.35 in there, you're only looking at $2.95. That's a 13 round up to 14% return on investment. And you haven't even factored in tax. You haven't factored in what it's going to cost you to send it into Amazon. But especially if you're a newbie, you're probably not going to be able to sell this anyway. You're going to need to get ungated, and we have sales to get you ungated and stuff like this. But go back to the page, and when you look at that type of velocity, now watch this. The software told me estimated monthly sales at 28. I'm looking at a keeper chart that would probably say more than that. Okay, look at that column that says sales rank, and look at that 90 drops a month. This thing is selling, guys. So I would look into that. And you got to remember, not only am I La Machine, I'm also Old King Cole. See, I do a lot of sourcing at Kohl's. You can get free money. I got videos out there, guys, that show you how to get free money. Imagine discovering a product like this, buying, say, 4 or 5 of them, and not paying a quarter. That's different. That's different. Then everybody gets to look at you and go, well, how's he doing that? Oh, he must be this, he must be that. Forget it. This is, guys, the degrees of separation that you can come up with. It's going to change your life. It's so exciting. All right, so question. Brown Girl 44, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate you. How do you ship the potato chips and cookies and ensure they don't get smashed? Well, that's an excellent question. You just learn how to do it. It's not that hard because it's going to go UPS. UPS isn't brutal. And I've been doing this for a while, so I'm saying this based on experience. I know somebody's going to have a story for me where a product was demolished. But in general, UPS does not damage a lot of products. I don't have it. Where I have a problem is when it's in the warehouse, the customer orders it, and then it goes to the customer. That may be what you were referring to, because you got 2 parts where you need to protect product. You need to protect it getting it into the warehouse, and then you got to hope, cross your fingers and hope that Amazon will keep the product intact to the customer. And they don't always do that. But here's the good thing. If they damage it going to the customer, number one, the customer's going to complain. And Amazon will strike through that complaint. And when they refund the customer, that doesn't come out of your account. So you just got to deal with it. And you just have to know. If Brown Girl, if you're thinking about going into food, snack food, whatever, you got to understand. Now you're in your replenishable realm. Now you're in a realm where you don't have to worry, am I going to be able to wash, rinse, and repeat? Because guess what? We can argue on a lot of things. We can have our opinions about a lot of things. Ain't no argument, ain't no opinion. We got to eat. So if you want to get into it, you let me know. Here, where's my number? Let's see here. If you got any more questions, get connected with me. When you dial that number, there's a prompt that's gonna get you connected with me. It's my phone, but we gotta live in the 21st century. Get you automated. Let me understand what it is that you're about, and then we can start to have dialogue. It costs you nothing. But the point is this: if you're thinking about selling food, if you're thinking about selling snack food, now you're in my wheelhouse. And now you're really going to get me excited, and I'm going to get you excited, because people got to eat. Now, you'll hear people talking about real estate, and I'm not hating on real estate. Ooh, everybody got to have a place to live. Well, I can argue that. I've seen homeless people, and I've lived in my car for 4 months, so I can argue. Does everybody need a place to stay? You ain't going to argue with me that everybody's got to eat. All right, guys. I'll take one more question if anybody has it. I'm going to give you about, I don't know, 30 seconds. And if there's no more questions, we're going to wrap it up take advantage of the links in the description. You've got until tomorrow if you want to get ungated, if you want to invest in my course, the Arbitrage Encyclopedia, and then that's gone. So that's your call, guys, for those who want to invest. Let's see. All right, guys, that's going to do it. I'm going to get out of here. Remember, you can catch me on the Working Class Hustler podcast. Enjoy that long form content. Find it on Spotify, Apple iTunes. Enjoy it while you're working out, while you're driving to work, or whatever you might be doing. Visit www.workingclasshustler.com to see everything that we have available. Okay? Check out Tactical Forecaster. You saw how it works. You saw how easy it is. If you need to learn how to use the software that you watched me use, Tactical Arbitrage. We've got plenty of videos. We got an entire mini series, and we have the Lightning series that will help you get going with that right away. My course is very reasonably priced. It's like $197.99, something like that, around $200. But if you use the link in the description today, you'll pay $97.97, something like that. Very, very reasonable. So you can invest in that. All right, guys, that's going to do it. Now, remember, if I didn't cover anything, it's okay. You can either leave a comment or, guys, you got my number. There's no reason why you can't get any questions that you have of me answered. We can text back and forth if we need to hop on a call. We'll do that. If you're a newbie and you want me to do all the work for you, we do have here, let me show you real quick. For those of you who might be interested, give me 1 second. We do have an ungated leads list that you can check out if you're interested in that. I'll just show it to you real quick. It is the Working Class Hustler Ungated Leads List. If you want that, again, just text me. It's not in the description. It's none of that. So if you want it, you just let me know, and we'll go from there. Okay, are the links? Hold on, let me see something. Down in the description there should be links, but I'll get you the link real quick. It sounds like you want the course, and the link that I'm going to drop already has the coupon code in it. I might as well go ahead and give the other links as well for anybody that wants to take advantage of that. So let's say you want to get ungated in toys. Then you would use that link. And if you want to get ungated in, say, Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, and all of that kind of stuff, we'll say ungating in clothing brands. And guys, these, you got to understand, these courses, they are very, very simple. There's nothing complicated about it. It literally takes you by the hand and says, type this, press this, wait for beep, grab this, do that. I mean, it's like just you don't have to think at all. Not to be ignorant, but hey, a lot of people don't want to have to think. They just want to be able to get it done. Now, this is the one. Grocery. That's mine right there. You want to do that? Or we gonna get it on and popping. Because once you get ungated in that, yeah, people gotta eat. Okay, so you're very welcome, guys. I am out of here. Love your bunches, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. That next video that's coming out on YouTube, we're going to be talking about those pesky labels that are on those Ollie's. If you shop at Ollie's, you know they got those ugly labels that get on your nerves. I got a trick that'll get those off in a jiffy. I'll talk to you guys later. Out of here.